how is everyone doing? And welcome to the Stat Room. Ladies and gentlemen, I am VonnTheStatman. You can follow me on Twitter at VonnTheStatman. And guys, check out my website, VonnTheStatman.com. Now, you might want to go on my website a few times a week because I might be giving out a few hidden gems that can help you to win your DFS contest each week and also help you dominate your fantasy leagues. So y'all ready? All right, guys, so thanks for joining in and welcome back to the Stat Room. All right, guys, so let's get right into this 7-game slate, guys. But let me give you some advice before we get into this. Guys, on 7-game slates, you can play GPPs on these slates because on a 7-game slate, you don't have to worry about 12 games. So it's less teams to pick. So you just pick the 3 games that you like, pick your players from those 3 games, and you roll with the punches. Next, you want to also create 10 to 11 man contests. If you have a small bankroll or even if you have a big bankroll, these 10 and 11 man contests that you create will keep you in the hunt. So even if you have a bad GPP game, because guys, I've been rolling in my 10 man contest. I am undefeated so far since the NBA season started. In the 3, when you have the contest, when you have 10 or 11 people in these contests, you're not going to see a 400 point score. You'd be lucky if someone gets a 350. So if you can get like a 330, 340, you're going to do well each and every night. You're going to have a lot of guys in that 10, 11 man contest that's going to get like 260s, 270s. A 275 is a typical score in NBA. It's hard to get a 300. It's even harder to get a 400. So stick with them 11 man contests. And also, guys, on Saturday, my system developed a lineup that put out a 386. That's the lineup that went out. We took 13th place in one of the big GPP contests. And even in the big contest, the unlimited entry GPP, we finished in top 20 in that contest as well. So a 400 is coming soon, guys. Anybody that know me, know when I get rolling in NBA, I'll have 16 7-day win streaks. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. So I broke down the point guards and the shooting guards. Oh, and also in a video that I did, my last video, check it out, guys. Those players balled out. If you had my 5 studs, you did well. So if you want to see who was in that video, go check the video out. All right, so let's break down these small forwards real quick. Tatum balled out in his last game, guys. He had over 50 fantasy points. He's had 50, 50, and 49. Durant hasn't had 50 yet, so he could be due. DeRozan, I don't expect him to get another 60-point game with Levine being back. Butler should have a big game. I'm looking at Butler to have a 45-point plus game. Brown also, I think he'll have a big game. Marketing is looking to be a star. He put up 50 fantasy points, guys. He's playing tomorrow on a back-to-back. Look, 49, 55. This guy can flat out shoot. All the teams he was with in the past, he was always the 3rd and 4th option. He's now the number 1 option, and you're seeing what this young man can do. All right, so you got Banchero. This guy's balling out. He cooled off in his last game, but he put up 47, 45, and 34. So teams are starting to understand how to play him. So let's see how he does in New York. Star players or future stars typically ball out in the Garden. Edwards put up 40+ against San Antonio. So he's starting to come on. He's going to be on the second night of a back-to-back. And Keldon Johnson, guys, this guy's balling out. San Antonio is winning, and they don't even have a known player. Keldon Johnson is balling out. Levine, really love him tonight. Barnes is questionable. Check to see if he's going to play. Anunoby has had 2 off games after starting real strong. So he's looking to get back on track Monday in Miami. Baines is at home. He's going to need this home cooking. He hasn't scored 20 points yet. I say he gets his first 20-point game of the season. Hero is the man. Miami did the right thing by signing him long term. Barrett has been off so far this year. Maybe it's because he's not the focal point no more with getting Brunson. Brunson is not really getting him involved. Maybe this will be the game he gets involved. Harris has had a couple slow starts as well. He's had 2 slow starts, 1 decent start. He still hasn't had that big game. Maybe today will be that day. Now, Hart is a baller. He balled out in the last game against the Lakers, but everybody balls out against the Lakers. Wagner was in my winning lineup. He was my gut play, and he balled out for me, gave me 30 points. He was in the lineup that did a 386. Porter, he's still so inexpensive. I don't understand. Porter is too inexpensive. And Trent had a big game in his last one. Hield hasn't had a big game yet. Brooks is questionable to return. McDaniels, he's been doing well. McDaniels had a couple good games. He 17, 26, 17. That's not bad for a guy that's 5'2". Ross typically does well in the Garden. Look at him. He had 38. He balled out in his last game. O'Neal has found a new home in Brooklyn. He's getting more opportunity because Brooklyn realized you can't win with just two guys scoring, so they're letting other guys touch the ball. Fournier is a decent play against Orlando at home. Reddish balled out in his first game, cooled off in the second game, but you can't expect a guy off the bench to put up 38 every night. Caldwell Pope might be the steal in the offseason. Look, 23, 27, 28. He's a solid player to get you 25, and he's going to get shots in Denver. That Denver-Portland game should be high scoring. Strauss had a good game and then a bad game. You know, he's like hot and cold, so he might be cold again tonight. And Conchar had two phenomenal games and one bad game, but at 4-4, and if he's going to start, got to take a chance on him. Then you got Williams, Beasley. Don't really like anybody else, but I do like Eason. I like Eason. He's starting to get better. I would take a chance on him at 4-3. All right, guys. So now, if you want to win your fantasy, start these players. If you made it this far, hit that like button, hit that share button, and subscribe to my video. You want to win your fantasy? Start point guard Harden, a.k.a. The Beard, because he's back to balling. He's in shape, and he's a triple-double machine. So if you want to win your fantasy, start point guard Harden. To win your fantasy, start small forward Hero. You want to know why? First, he's a true scorer. Second, he's at home. And 3, he has the green light. So if you want to win your fantasy, start small forward Hero. You want to win your fantasy? Start shooting guard Levine. You want to know why? Because he's the second option on the team. He's a great shooter, and he has home court advantage, and he has superb scoring ability. So if you want to win your fantasy, start shooting guard Levine. You want to win your fantasy? Start power forward Adebayo. You want to know why? First, he's at home. Second, he was getting pushed around. Third, he gonna bounce back because Adebayo can flat out ball. So if you want to win your fantasy, start power forward Adebayo. You want to win your fantasy? Start center Sagun. You want to know why? Because he's extremely skilled. He's a great rebounder, and he can flat out score. So if you want to win your fantasy, start center Sagun. If you like this video, start the Statman by leaving me a comment, liking this video, subscribing to my channel, going on the website VonnTheStatman.com, and don't forget to win-win. That means give people what they want so you get what you want, and thank you for watching. Until my next video, love you guys.